Welcome to another episode of Media Maniaxe. I'm Russell Courier.
And I'm Jamie Hughes.
We review everything and we're
just crazy enough to do it. Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year to you too, Jamie.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
You have a good weekend?
A very good weekend. Very good New Year. Did you celebrate it well?
I celebrated at home with my mom watching the ball drop, basically. Didn't do anything too crazy. My crazy New Year's parties are over and done with.
I hear you.
So anyway, we're just crazy enough to have a reunion episode today. So we're going to be bringing in, drum roll please, Talon Rudell. Come on down, man. It's been a while.
I wonder why we had a gap going here. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, I knew.
Hey, Talon, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Man, I didn't think I could handle like this. Hey, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
A reunion episode.
Yes, a reunion episode. 1 week only. Special. One-time special event.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Well,
we can get you for maybe two, maybe no?
Well, maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe if we do another one this week.
Okay, that'd be cool. Well, we'll figure it out.
Winter break at college.
We'll have to talk to your agent to see if you're allowed. Okay.
Talk to my agent. Okay.
So what's up? What do we got going here?
Well, first thing we're going to talk about are sports movies. We're going to do a top 5. We didn't tell Talon about it ahead of time.
It's always good to tell the guy coming in that nothing what's going on.
So, anyway, so let's just start going from right to left. What was your top 5?
Okay, now I'm starting. We always start like number 5 first down there. I've got to remember now, Talon. I'm old school, and that's the kind of the magic between the both of us now. You know, so mine goes back to way before you guys were born. Brian's Song with James Caan. It was actually about Brian Piccolo, who was a Chicago Bear, and it was like probably one of the breakout roles. You know James Caan, who's done a lot of movies and stuff like that, and it was actually one of those heartstring movies that would tug at your heartstring. To be honest with you, I think it was a TV-made movie, actually. I mean, I should look into that again, but I don't think it really hit the big screen, but it was... wow, I mean, if you saw that movie, it tugged your heart. And again, it was like early on football type stuff.
Okay, that's cool.
What's your number 5?
Well, my number 5, the original Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, you know what? And I'll say this: I saw the other Longest Yard.
That was the first one I saw.
Okay, the first one with Burt Reynolds is definitely the best. Okay, but the second one was not bad at all either, and of course you had to have the cameos. What do you think, Talon? Anything about sports?
I've seen the second Longest Yard, and it's pretty good.
Did you ever see the first one?
No, I haven't actually. That should be on my list now.
Okay, well, I mean, they're I would say of a remake, they're both equally as good.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize till watching the original there were a lot of cameos in that from the original cast.
Oh, of course, for sure.
So there's a lot there. So what's one of your favorite sports movies to watch, or any one in your mind, Talon?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Classic. I mean, you can't beat that one.
Can't beat Happy Gilmore. Bob Barker making his appearance.
And now, right. Now when you say Happy Gilmore, I'm reminded of one I didn't even have on my list, Caddyshack.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if that's a sports movie or not. That's about guys playing golf, but I mean, you know.
Oh, golf.
Yeah,
I would say like a movie that has sports as like the driving factor of the plot.
Right.
Like Happy Gilmore would be a sports movie, maybe not Caddyshack.
Yeah, you're right.
But it is a sports movie. It's not like a.
I just immediately thought of that when you said movie. Yeah. What about my number 4 would be Rudy, which I mean either you like it or you really don't like it. I mean,
I've seen
Notre Dame football. I mean, a lot of football for myself. But I mean, if you're in Ann Arbor, it's probably not one of the best movies because there's always that big rivalry between U of M and Notre Dame.
Oh, I see. My number 4 is Gridiron Gang with Dwayne Johnson. You ever see that?
No, I think I will now.
It's a bunch of juvie kids all getting in trouble and all this, and Dwayne Johnson wants to put together a football team to kind of get these kids' anger and rage out on the football field instead of in gangs and all that. So it's actually based on a true story. It was actually a really good movie.
Say the name of it again.
Gridiron Gang.
That seemed like it'd be pretty good.
Yeah. So, any other ones you want to talk on?
I'll just comment on your guys'.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right. So what's your number 3?
When you said that Gridiron game, I was reminded about Bad News Bears, the old Bad News Bears.
Think of that.
I mean, I'm being reminded when you bring yours up. But number 3, another older one. This actually is, I think it was made in the late 80s. It was called Chariots of Fire, about the 1924 Olympic team.
I think
the United Kingdom when they went to Germany, and it's a pretty good film. I mean, it's one of those inspirational. It's definitely not a comedy, but I mean, it's Chariots of Fire, good film.
Okay. My number 3 is the original Mighty Ducks.
That's good. That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
I guess it's my Canadian blood in me. I gotta love the hockey movies.
Yeah.
And also that one comedy as well as an inspirational film, especially right at the end where he's doing the breakaway and all that for the tiebreaker. That was a great inspirational scene right there.
I'm reminded of another one now that you said that one. Is Slapshot.
I was thinking of putting that on here, but I've never really seen the full movie of Paul Newman. So
it's a really good film, actually.
I bet it is. My mom and my dad talked about it too.
Okay, now this one here, I mean, I was almost going to throw this one on my number 1 slot, but I mean, I never thought we would see another Rocky movie come out, and now we have Creed out at the theater, and you have that whole Rocky franchise. I mean, really, almost everybody in the original film is dead, okay? Rocky's the only one. Now we're using Creed, the kid, which, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a good movie. But
I think that's a cool premise, though. The son of Apollo Creed. I think that's going to be, that would be a great premise for a movie.
I know, but look how long
it's Michael B. Jordan.
Exactly. It's like the Human Torch.
Okay, well, I guess it'll be good, but it's just like you never thought you would see Rocky as old as Mick. I mean, like, hey, kid, you can't win,
Yeah, but here's the new generation watching this and like, oh, I want to watch these movies now.
Okay, well, you're right. You guys will all enjoy that. That'll be, but yeah, the Rocky franchises. I mean, it had to be pretty powerful. I mean, you had Mr. T and the one guy. I can't even think of the big tall Russian guy.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren.
Russian.
Yeah.
I must break you.
Exactly. Go for it. Yeah.
So that was
my number. Yeah, that was my number 2. I have one more to go after your. Yeah.
All right. My number 2 is The Sandlot. As a kid growing up, I loved The Sandlot, and just watching that movie made me want to find a place to go play baseball with friends. So,
there's a lot of baseball movies too. Like I'm being so reminded when you bring yours up. Like, okay, if you ever 61 came out. Okay, 61 was actually it was actually shot here in Detroit at the original Tiger Stadium, not Comerica Park. It's a good film. They use a lot of Michigan extras. An older black and white film. I mean, I don't know how you are on baseball and stuff like that, but Pride of the Yankees. Okay. And there's a lot of great baseball films out there,
I bet there would be.
Yeah. My number 1, actually, another football film, the one I kind of assigned you, which you're going to have to watch someday, is The Blind Side.
Yeah.
And
I've seen most of it. I just haven't seen it chronologically all the way through.
I've seen bits and pieces of that movie.
Yeah.
Seen all of it
and part of it's actually based on a real story. Yep. And in the family that they, with the Blind Side in regard to what was going on with it, they took on a lot of heat because, some people were like, are these families adopting these bigger kids to, kind of like to make money, when they get to the NFL or not, or is it a true? I mean, there was a little bit of a controversy around that movie.
I believe so. Yeah, I know what you're talking about there. I've seen about, just taking into some random kid and some people would probably think, oh, you're wanting to get some money in return for that. It's like, no, I actually want to be a good Christian person.
Right, and help somebody, yeah.
Exactly.
And Sandra Bullock always sells anything she does anyway.
Everything she does, yeah. And my number 1 is Dodgeball. The one movie that's in my list.
That is good.
I can agree with that, Dodgeball.
And it just reminds me of so many times when I was in high school just failing at
I was definitely.
And you can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball.
Rip Torn in that movie was so hilarious.
You can dodge her. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, so that was our top 5 sports movies. We'll be back when we come talk about music today. Don't go away. Welcome back to Media Maniaxe. I'm Russell Courier.
I am Jamie Hughes.
And I am Talon Dell.
And we review everything, and we're
just crazy enough to do it.
There you go.
It's been a while since we said that. Probably what? 5 episodes?
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's like a tagline. You got to say that.
Yeah.
I missed it one time. I got in trouble.
I was the one who usually used to say that a lot. Talon was the one sitting in this chair, and I was sitting there.
Yep. There you go.
So anyway, now we're going to be talking about music in the news today, and just music
Stuff,
this year.
maybe concerts coming out, like just some albums or CDs that are being released. And, I opted to take the country side of it. I worked at a country station before. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I thought more would have been released prior to the holidays and even a little bit after. They got a few things coming out, but it seems like the country is waiting for something. I mean, their next big one instead of just relying on what they've had. Prior to this is already out on the shelves. They re-released the Johnny Cash live CD, which I'm sure it's going to be good.
That sounds
but
cool.
It's like, I thought I've heard everything by Johnny Cash. That came out, Johnny Cash live in Denmark. I don't know how different it's going to be, but I haven't heard it yet. The show that's kind of taken off, if you like country music, not sure this is how it is down there, but I'm addicted to the program, is Nashville.
Oh yeah, we talked about
and
Nashville
and
before.
they kind of paired a bunch of musicians up with that could act. And they're branding it with, they're putting out CDs, and the actual songs that are being written down there are being used in the show, which is kind of a good way to package everything out. Good thing for ABC. So that's on the shelves already.
Okay.
You want me to keep going? Or you want to? Okay.
Oh yeah, keep going for a bit.
Coming up in just about a week or two, which he always has something good when he put Hank Williams Jr.
Oh really?
And you got to imagine maybe when he hits the road, or I'm not sure, but maybe on the CD, he has pretty good ties to Kid Rock, so he may be in there as well.
I believe some musicians will do that. Just grab like random musicians just to do backing vocals. Or...
Got a few compilations coming out. This is way out in March actually, but before that, another Johnny Cash live concert in Prague. That comes out in the beginning part of February. I don't know what it is. It's like they're releasing every so often here.
Oh, okay.
In March, there's some compilation CDs with the country artists like Miranda Lambert, Zach Brown, and they're just putting different things out. And amazingly, which, you kind of saw he was going to go this way a little bit. I was kind of surprised, but Jack White has started a label that has some country artists involved on it. I never thought that would have happened, but he's actually encouraging that as well.
Well, yeah, he's in Nashville with his record company.
Right.
And his record company just did the vinyl printing for The Hateful Eight.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen the vinyl for Hateful Eight.
And it's Jack White's company that did it.
No way, I didn't know all that. That's cool.
I think he first got a taste. Do you remember the song a few years ago with was it Loretta Lynn? He did a song with I'm blanking. I want to say it's either Portland or something. It's what it's called, or
I don't know.
I'm not familiar with that song. I guess
you guys have to look it up. It's really good.
I've never really much listened to White Stripes or Jack White really.
Very good.
Okay, and I picked rock music for this genre, for this segment. And first thing I want to bring up, as of December 29th of this year, Lemmy Kilmister of Motorhead died at the age of 70. That's why I'm wearing the shirt to kind of honor him.
Right.
And he liked to party. He did, and he didn't want to slow down, so he kept with the Jack and the popping pills and all that. So he was kind of on a way to road to destruction, even with his diabetes too.
Right.
And I think that the hard rock world lost a giant. Right. Lost a giant last year. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Scott Weiland a couple weeks before that from Stone Temple Pilots. Anyway, now that we're done talking about the depressing stuff,
the obits are over.
Yeah. Bruce Springsteen's coming up in February the 23rd. Don't know where. I'm not much. I didn't look it up. I'm not a Springsteen guy really.
Okay.
Experience Hendrix is coming up March 15th, and with that, there's going to be like Buddy Guy and a bunch of other blues guys.
That'd be good.
I think I would love to go down and see that. I think that's going to be at the Fox Theater this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Iron Maiden's coming out in April. Temptations are coming out in April as well. And
That's funny with the Temptations. There are like so many reversions of those guys. It's like, you go back, it's a group from the 60s, but it's like, oh my God. I still like Motown, but
yeah,
it's like, wow.
And then Foreigner is going to be coming up.
First concert I ever saw.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
DTE. It was my very first concert, '78.
Nice.
I've seen them in DTE once.
That
was probably
well,
one of my
actually,
first
we called it
concerts.
Pine Knob back then.
Yeah.
I've never been to it when it was called Pine Knob, but I call it Pine Knob to this day.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I never called DTE.
Foreigners going to be good.
I would love to see them, yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to hear Jukebox Hero. That's one of my favorites. And albums coming up this year, and for me, I looked up David Bowie's got a new album called Black Star coming out in January.
Everybody will pick that up.
I have a feeling, yeah, a lot of people will. Elton John's got an album called Wonderful Crazy Night coming out in February. Meatloaf has another album coming out too. It's called Braver Than We Are, and it doesn't say a release date, it's to be announced. Other stuff I have in here, it's more of the metal side. Megadeth has an album coming out this month, so does Anthrax has one coming up in February, and Wolfmother has one coming up in February as well.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
I got some tours here, but I mean,
yeah.
we got to get to you,
Yeah.
my friend. You're the guy.
I got some tours and events that are coming up in the next couple months. I'll just pick some of the highlights. I actually did basically everything that wasn't rock or country.
Okay, that's cool.
So first off, in the next couple weeks, we actually have many different symphony things coming up. We have Grand Rapids Symphony doing Beethoven on the 8th of January, and Grand Rapids Symphony Orchestra every month they do a new repertoire, and I think in April, coming up in April, they're doing Pokemon. They're doing music from Pokemon at Grand Rapids at the DeVos Center in downtown Grand Rapids, and they're
That would be
doing
kinda cool.
Grand Rapids Symphony Orchestra music of John Williams and 5/6. So yeah.
Wow.
And then we have in the middle of January, I'm assuming the tickets are going to be crazy expensive, is Muse and Ex-Ambassadors at Joe Louis Arena.
Oh, wow.
Some two alt-rock bands. We have Life in Color with Steve Aoki and Lansing Center if you're into EDM or any electronic music. We also have City in Color at the Intersection in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is an indie band. And we have a lot of other bands that are coming in that are more alt-rock, like Wolfmother and
That's good.
they're coming in February, and then we have Dr. Dog in March, and we have Mayday Parade in March, and then we have Andrew Bird coming in April 14th at the Royal Oak Music Theater.
Oh.
Ben Folds is coming to town later in the year.
That'd be good.
Blue October, the 1975, and 21 Pilots in June.
Guys,
okay.
I got some. I know we got to wrap this really soon. I got some concerts here, but I just heard a band do an old Goo Goo Dolls song. Okay, and I've kind of fallen in love. You guys familiar with Sleeping with Sirens?
I heard of them.
You like that band?
Yeah, they're good.
I mean, I was like, this guy knocks it out of the park.
What song did he do?
The cliche Iris, of
Iris,
course.
okay.
So yeah, so I mean, I was like surfing YouTube or whatever you want to call that. So okay, I guess we only got a minute here, so I'm gonna give you my country's artists that are going on tour. Miley's dad's popping out there. He guess he needs some cash. Billy Ray Cyrus is gonna go back out. I don't know if she's country, pop, or what she is anymore. Taylor Swift's hitting the road. Lady A, always a popular group. Lady Antebellum, they're going out there. These aren't really country guys, but they're guys with a little bit of folk to them. Classic guys, James Taylor, Bob Dylan, they're hitting the road.
Nice.
Kenny Rogers is going out. I don't know how many dates he's doing. Jake Owen and Keith Urban. The big one that everybody awaits, if you're a country fan in this area, downtown Detroit, mid-August, Kenny Chesney. Every year reinvents himself. But there is one, I got to throw a plug out there real fast before we close this segment out. A free country concert mid-June. I know it's a ways away. It's out in Saginaw, Ojibwe Island. The radio station I used to work for was KCQ. They throw a big party out there, and it's really a great show. I mean, it's all free. It's just a good family affair. So
All right, that's cool.
I'm sure we're going to keep on top of music throughout this the program and stuff. But
Yeah. All right. Well, that was really cool news that we just shared. We're going to be coming back with Star Wars Episode VII.
Dun, 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 dun. I watched it.
All right, come back and join us. Welcome back to Media Maniaxe. I'm Russell Courier.
I'm Jamie Hughes.
And I'm Talon Udell.
And we review everything, and we're
just crazy enough to do it.
Yes, we are. Okay, well now we're going to talk
lightsaber to you.
Oh, you should have been here when I had my Darth Vader helmet on.
Oh, that was good, actually.
That was fun. But that was when we were talking about just the whole franchise of Star Wars, but we didn't get to talk about Episode VII, The Force Awakens. So you guys all saw it.
I did.
And what all did you guys think of it? What did you think of it, Jimmy?
Okay, I mean, one time, okay, like you know how I was blown away about the whole pre-ticket sales.
Yeah.
We went a week and a half after my son Blake and I went there, and I thought it was like a matinee 6 o'clock show. Saw it in Royal Oak. Still arm to arm people. It's like I've never seen so much hype and so many people in a movie theater. Which from what I understand, it's broken almost every record of movies.
Yeah, for 3 weeks, and like Titanic was out for probably like 10 weeks in the theaters, and it's almost about to pass Titanic.
It's I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, people are. I mean, because when we got there, I was with Blake. I don't like to lie. I just when I'm in a theater, I get a personal space issue sometimes. Okay.
Some people do. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this looks like it's maybe kind of tapered out. No, it was like all these people started rushing in, and they're there, and they're next year. I mean, it was good. We saw it in I think in a comfortable setting. But going back to the story, I thought it was done well, very well.
Yeah, I thought so too. Even though a lot of people have been saying, and I was saying it earlier, it's basically A New Hope over again. But just by me just saying that, I really have no problem with that, because I think it really was a good way to start off the franchise again.
Well, if you think about it this way, A New Hope is basically like Seven Samurais. It starts off the same with two idiots that are walking through the through the desert, which in Seven Samurais is like a field, and then there's these characters, and it's about a father and son. And like George Lucas took great inspiration from Kira, I can never pronounce his name, Okasawa, I think, for Seven Samurais and all those Japanese samurai films. And so why wouldn't J.J. Abrams pay homage to A New Hope, which came out 40 years ago? Yeah, it's the same franchise, but the story is still very different. It's not like it's shot for shot. The only
but
things
there's
that
like
people
little
are saying
hints at things.
It's a passing of the torch, actually.
Yeah. That's the best way to describe it, I would think.
But I mean, I saw your analogy. I mean, definitely. No, it's. Got to remember, I saw the old ones, okay? And I know everybody else saw the old ones, and I grew up with the old ones, and a whole group of people saw the old ones, and you're like, okay, we'll go see it because everybody's seeing it. And I literally was genuinely entertained and left me going, really? I think I texted you right after I got. I'm like, what does this mean?
Yeah, and I was kind of late to texting you back.
Yeah, and like I'm working, I can't talk.
Yeah, I just couldn't respond real quickly. And you were talking about your theories.
Okay, I got one theory. Okay, you guys can blow it right out of the water.
This is a spoiler alert. So if you want,
are we not supposed to? Yeah, maybe we should.
No, it's after January 1st. The internet said we're allowed to.
Are we?
Oh,
so
really?
after January 1st,
are you
allowed
sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to ruin it for. Okay, so if you have not seen the movie and you do not want to know, turn it off now.
Spoiler, hit mute. You won't hear anything.
Okay, continue.
Okay, all I want to know, and this is not even a true spoiler, is it a cousin fight or is it a brother-sister fight?
I don't think it's either.
I think it is.
I think it's a cousin fight.
I think it's a brother-sister.
Other people are saying that it's not even that, with say, what was it? Rey is actually the daughter of, say, a certain other Jedi.
No.
Okay, but my point.
That doesn't make sense though.
Yeah, but
here's
where I even ruin my own theory. Okay, I kind of looked at it in the big picture. Okay, first of all, she got dropped off at Jakku. With the Millennium Falcon. They all took off because they knew the one kid was already going to be, messed up.
Here's my theory behind it.
Yeah.
I think after Kylo Ren went to train with Snoke and all that,
right?
They realized how much of a threat he really was going to be. And I think at this time, that's when Luke Skywalker probably had a family, maybe lost a wife or something like that, and has a child. Probably did what Obi-Wan did with Luke and Leia back in the day, dropping them on a different planet and then leaving them there to be safe.
It wouldn't make sense because Kylo Ren and Rey aren't that much of an age difference.
So what? If they're cousins,
here's my deal with it. Okay, so, what made me think that maybe they're cousins is the way Luke at the end, kind of looks at her. Okay, and why was the saber just drawn to her so strongly? Like it was like almost a magnet.
The force was
towards
calling
her,
to
The
her.
force was called. My theory,
Okay.
the theory that I'm most impressioned by is that. So you know how Anakin was the chosen one, and he didn't have a father.
Okay.
The midichlorians, as they said in the prequels, if you wanted to believe that part or not,
Okay.
were so powerful that they actually made him, and like Jesus, basically, like a miracle birth. And my theory that I've been talking to some people is that they say that Snoke is actually the leader, the person that trained Darth Sidious.
Oh boy.
The Emperor, and that his
Darth Plagueis.
Yeah, and then that master knew how to create and prevent death, and create life. And so if he created Anakin, Darth Vader, to that, so
Well,
he
that's
could've-
even
he
more
could've-
deep. I
he
can't
could've
think,
created
I
Rey
can't think like
the
that.
same
I
way.
can't do it. I agree. I
And that's
agree.
why she's
part of me,
stronger than
part of
Kylo
me is
Ren.
agreeing with you so much that I can't even think about it right now.
Yeah.
You see, isn't this amazing?
I'm gonna be looking-
Where you
I'm
guys,
just doing
you know what?
research.
Basically, what they did to us. Now we have to wait for the next film. Okay.
Yeah, and that's why it's good, because it's not just, it's a good story, it's mechanically great. J.J. Abrams is a very fast-paced director, beautiful lighting, shot on film. J.J. Abrams actually is working with Kodak to try to save them from bankruptcy, and the entire film was shot on Kodak film with Panavision lenses and all film, and the only digital shots were probably the stuff that was done in post. And it's just great movie. I would say, even if you're not Star Wars fans, it's a
You'll
good
like
movie.
it. You'll like it. Yeah, I mean, I even heard this as another, not even a theory. You know, and like we were just talking about it at where I was at, and someone's like, and I really don't believe that. See, God, this is so spoiled. I shouldn't do this. That
Well, we already had the spoiler warning.
okay, that Hans is gone. I mean,
but you kind of knew it was going to happen when he was walking
I
on
know,
the walkway.
but no, my
I'm watching our tech director just cover his ears. It's great.
My point is that. Is he really gone? I mean, we thought Luke was gone, and he survived.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We'll see.
Okay.
we'll see. I'm not going to get into that because I could seriously just be like,
people are
My
going to
thing
hate
is
our
that,
show
like,
after this.
But my only thing is, just so you know, if you are still interested in seeing this after all these spoilers, go in it with like, hey, this is like any other movie. Don't like overhype yourself, because I know many people that have overhyped themselves and made it not as good, and they're like, oh, Kylo Ren's such a bad character. I hate him.
God, he's awesome.
And I like him because he's flawed. He's a child. He like has temper tantrums.
He doesn't know how to be evil.
He doesn't know how to be evil.
He is a Vader wannabe.
And my favorite thing is when that
He's a
thing
Vader in
happens, when
training.
that death happens, and you see the light coming through behind Rey and Finn, and it's like one side of his face is red, one side of his face is blue, and then the sun goes down, and then he says, I need your help with something, and the blue light fades away, and then he does it, and his entire face is red. He's encompassed into the dark side. He's made his decision. He's sealed his fate.
I need to watch that again to see that scene.
Before we close out here, I'm telling you, it's going to make you go see the next one, whatever that is. I mean, they did what they had to do. I mean, J.J. Abrams, I think he thumbs up on that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm waiting for the next one because I'll definitely be in line for it. I don't know if I'll buy the tickets a month in advance, but going back to the film thing real fast, I just saw, which not Star Wars or anything, but I just saw the Hateful Eight.
I saw that on Christmas.
Quentin Tarantino did the same thing with whatever film he shot it on,
Panavision.
and they had to refill all the theaters. And we got to talk about that next episode or something.
Okay, we will.
Yeah, I saw
We won't spoil
that
it for
on
you.
Christmas on 70mm. It was the greatest thing.
Did you think Samuel Jackson outdid himself even in Pulp?
Oh my God, yes, he did.
Thank you. I agree.
I was like, he outdid himself.
I mean, I never thought you could outdo yourself in that, because I'm a Pulp Fiction. I love that movie.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but I mean, again, as away from Star Wars, I know we got to wrap it.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up. Thank you
Good having you here, buddy.
Yeah,
Yep, thank you.
great
Come
to have
back.
this
Thanks
reunion.
for having me come back.
Yeah, it's been fun. All right, thank you for joining us on Media Maniaxe. We review everything, and we're all together now. Just crazy enough to do it. All right, see you next time. Hi everyone, don't forget you can purchase DVDs of your favorite shows from OCTV, whether it's Minutes by Minute, Our Community Access, or Connie's Kitchen. Just call the station. Our number is 248-628-9658. And enjoy watching all of our shows on OCTV.